Imagine holding a simple cup of tea in your hands, warm, comforting, ordinary. But have you ever wondered how this everyday object, the teacup, came to exist? The story of the teacup is not just about pottery or design. It is a journey through civilizations, trade routes, social rituals, and changing lifestyles. A small object, yet deeply woven into human history. Tea itself began its journey in ancient China. According to legend, Emperor Shen Nong discovered tea around 2737 BCE when tea leaves accidentally fell into boiling water. At that time, however, there were no teacups as we know them today. People drank tea from bowls. These bowls were wide, handleless, and practical. Early tea drinking was less about leisure and more about medicine and tradition. The vessel was simple because the purpose was simple. As Chinese tea culture evolved, so did the drinking vessels. During the Tang Dynasty, tea became more refined and ceremonial. Tea bowls became more elegant, often made from fine ceramics. But it was during the Song Dynasty that aesthetics truly flourished. The color, texture, and shape of bowls mattered. Drinking tea was becoming an art, and the vessel was part of the experience. Still, the modern teacup had not yet been born. The real transformation began with porcelain. China mastered porcelain production centuries before the rest of the world. Porcelain was stronger, lighter, and more delicate-looking than earlier ceramics. It allowed thinner walls and more intricate designs. When tea culture spread, porcelain vessels became symbols of sophistication. Yet even then, tea was mostly consumed from small bowls rather than cups with handles. Meanwhile, tea slowly made its way beyond China. Through trade and cultural exchange, tea reached Japan, Korea, and eventually the Middle East. Each region adapted its own tea traditions and drinking vessels. In Japan, for instance, tea bowls became central to the tea ceremony, emphasizing simplicity and imperfection. The vessel was not merely functional, it carried philosophy. The modern teacup, as we recognize it today, began to emerge when tea reached Europe. In the 16th and 17th centuries, tea arrived via Portuguese and Dutch traders. For Europeans, tea was exotic, expensive, and prestigious. The wealthy elite were the first to adopt it. They imported Chinese porcelain along with tea itself. Europeans admired these delicate wares, but encountered a practical problem. The handleless bowls were unfamiliar and often too hot to hold comfortably. This discomfort sparked innovation. European craftsmen began modifying designs. Handles were added, saucers became common, the shape shifted from bowl-like forms to upright cups. What seems like a minor design change was actually a cultural adaptation. Europeans reshaped the vessel to fit their habits, not the other way around. Comfort, etiquette, and style all influenced the evolution. Porcelain production soon spread within Europe. Factories like Meissen in Germany unlocked the secrets of porcelain making. Suddenly, Europe no longer depended entirely on Chinese imports. Designs diversified. Floral patterns, gold trims, and elaborate motifs became popular. The teacup became not only a drinking vessel, but also a canvas for artistic expression. Tea drinking itself transformed European society. It moved from aristocratic luxury to broader social practice. Tea houses emerged. Afternoon tea became fashionable, especially in Britain. With this shift, teacups took on new roles. They became associated with hospitality, conversation, and social bonding. A teacup was no longer just an object, it became part of rituals and identity. In Britain, the teacup became deeply symbolic. The Industrial Revolution made ceramics more affordable, allowing middle-class households to own tea sets. Mass production changed everything. Teacups were no longer rare treasures, but accessible goods. Yet even as production scaled, the emotional and cultural value remained strong. A teacup still represented comfort, civility, and routine. Design continued evolving. Some cups were thin and delicate, intended for refined settings. Others were sturdy, built for everyday use. The introduction of bone china added another dimension. Strong yet elegant, bone china became especially prized. Each material innovation subtly influenced how people perceived and used teacups. Beyond Europe, teacups spread globally alongside colonial trade networks. Different regions adopted and adapted them. In some places, glass cups became common. In others, clay or metal remained preferred. The idea of a teacup diversified across cultures, proving that even standardized objects evolve through local influence. The teacup also reflects social change. In earlier centuries, tea drinking was slow and ceremonial. Today, it may be rushed, taken on the go, poured into travel mugs. Modern lifestyles demand portability and convenience, yet traditional teacups still hold emotional power. Many people associate them with relaxation, nostalgia, or home. Interestingly, the teacup is also tied to technological and economic shifts. Industrial manufacturing, global trade, and consumer culture all shaped its accessibility. What was once handcrafted and rare became mass-produced and ubiquitous. Still, artisanal and handcrafted cups continued to thrive, suggesting a persistent desire for individuality and tactile experience. The teacup's journey reveals something deeper about humanity. Objects are never merely objects. They carry stories, habits, and meanings. A teacup embodies centuries of innovation, adaptation, and cultural exchange. It is shaped by climate, materials, economics, and human comfort. Its form mirrors our changing lives. Even today, the teacup continues evolving. Designers experiment with shapes, materials, and functions. Some cups prioritize insulation, others aesthetics. Some blend tradition with modern minimalism. The evolution has not stopped because human needs and tastes never stop changing. So the next time you hold a cup of tea, consider its silent history. From ancient Chinese bowls to European porcelain cups with handles, from royal courts to everyday kitchens, the teacup has traveled through time alongside us. It has witnessed empires rise, industries expand, and cultures intermingle. A small vessel, yet a remarkable storyteller.